Hi, how are you beautiful peoples of the internet? So today I've got a little video here showing you me learning to use this Lixada baitcaster reel. Now I just wanted to just do a little overview of it before we get into the video. So the baitcaster, most popularly used for American bass fishing. So you could use this on a kayak as a sort of a smaller multiplier because it's quite small. But I just want to give you a little overview of what this reel does. So this is the Lixada. I don't know what other. It's a 6.3 to 1. So that means every wind that I give it here. So let me put it. Every wind that I give here would be 6 winds off the main coil here where the thread is on. I've currently got it loaded with 20-pound braid, and the other feature of a baitcaster, I'll just try, it's attached to the rod so it's quite hard to turn, but just by here the line feeds through, and so just to go through some of the features on a baitcaster reel. So the star shaped part of it here, this is your drag, so you can loosen, that's tightening it or that's loosening it. And of course what the drag does is, if you've got a big fish, it just allows it to pull off a little bit of line rather than snap the line under very tight drag. Now what it also has here is a tensioner, this little thing, screw bolt by here. Now what that does is, if I loosen this off, so that's a loose tensioner. Now as I tighten that up, this will stop moving as easy. There we are, you can see now I can't roll that tensioner anymore. As I undo it, it becomes looser. So you can see there, it's nice and loose now if I can get it even looser. So that's what the tensioner does. I don't want it too tense, so I'm just going to set that back to how I like it. Okay. So the other thing it's got then is the clutch engagement. So this is equivalent of your bail arm on a normal reel, and that just allows then to be free running. So you pull that down during a cast. Now the other sort of different feature that this has that a normal fixed spool reel wouldn't have is a magnetic brake. You can make it less or more. Now what this helps do is, when you cast, the middle spool spins very quickly. Now what can happen is, if it spins too quickly, it'll spit out a lot of the braid or the line out, and it can tangle in itself or spit it out so fast that it can't feed through here and then wrap around, and you get what's called a bird's nest. So what this magnetic brake sort of does is, as it spins very fast, the brake engages and slows it down a little bit, and then that stops it from bird's nesting. So when you first start using it, you need to practice casting with your lure to find out when or what setting maybe that you need the magnetic brake set at, so it doesn't bird's nest, depending on what sort of, and how viciously you cast, you know, your vigorosity of your cast then. So overall, very pleased with the reel. For the price of $24.95, it's a bit of a bargain. I did look at maybe the I think it's called the Abu Garcia Black Max. It's about twice the price of this, at around £45 to £50, and apparently that gets very good reviews. But a lot of people were saying, you know, if it's your first reel, try one of these, and then if you do like it, then maybe upgrade to an Abu Garcia Black Max. So that's what I think I'll do. I'll start with this reel. I'll run this for a year if it lasts a year, and then maybe I'll upgrade to the Black Max next year. But for £25, I'm very pleased with it. And in the video you're going to see now, you're going to see me learning to tune it and then cast it using a few different lures, which by the end of the video I pretty much got the hang of that, and I did enjoy using it. My only gripe is it's quite a small turn on the handle. I'm used to a bigger turn on a fixed spool reel. This is quite a small turn, but that's just something I've got to get used to, other than the problem with the actual reel itself. It's just, that's how they're designed. You only have a little turn, not a big turn, and over time I'll probably get used to that. So again, thank you. So the next of the video now, you will see me in various different places the first time I'm using this. Firstly on the beach, and then I go down to the marsh in Ferryside to use it. So if you like the video, then give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and if you do subscribe, there's a little bell icon at the bottom of the page on YouTube, and that just allows you to notify you when I do release new videos. I'm trying to release 1 to 2 videos every week at the moment. So anyway, thank you for your view. I hope you found this helpful as well. So this is the Lixada bait caster, available on Amazon for $24.95. I should turn the camera down a little bit. There we go. So what I do know about this is, now I've got the lure on, is that to start off and learn, but when I turn the clutch off on this now, that it should slowly drop down. So that's not quite dropping down, and what I need to do is just adjust there, see that way that's dropping down there. If I bring that back up, let's make sure that's dropping a little bit too quick actually. So we'll practice again now. We'll turn that up a little bit. It's dropping too fast. Probably because I'm turning that the wrong way. It's quite tricky to get in there. Right, there we go. Right, that's it. And the other thing to do is start off with strong magnetic. That's the one. And you can see, even if I leave go, it's not really bird's nesting up. So in theory now I should be ready to do my first cast on this, so wish me luck. We'll just do a gentle cast by here. Sand's quite soft here. Again, you've got to keep your thumb on here, ready to stop it. Okay, it didn't go very far. Right, so I think I'm going to just loosen that off a little bit. Turn the magnetic switch down a little bit more, a little bit looser. We've got a very short leader on here. Right, try another cast. Okay, that's getting better. Just do a gentle wind in. Boys coming in from fishing. Right, so I think I'm quite confident in loosening that off a little bit more and dropping that drag system down a little bit. So we're going to try a little bit more of a... Yeah, okay. Oh, I ended up... Okay, so I've bird's nest there. So... Okay, just slowly pull the bird's nest out. This is something that all anglers have to go through when first using one of these. I think that bird's nest is out now. Okay, we'll wind it back in. Right, so I think I'll put the magnetic brake back up a little bit. Okay, that was a better cast. No bird's nest on that. The only thing I really need to test now is what sort of speed to wind this in at. Right, so I think most of the work is done by this magnetic thing, when I turned that right down I got a bird's nest. I've turned it back up, so I'm going to put it one down. I'm going to loosen this off so it's still quite loose, and I think we'll give that another. I'm getting better at it, that's for sure. It almost felt like it was going to knot up then, but it didn't. So we'll see how it goes now. A couple more winds in, a couple more casts. It's going to take a while before it becomes second nature. Well, obviously I've got to think about things, you know, it's not like with a traditional reel, bail arm reel, where I don't even need to think about that anymore. Right, that was not a bad cast actually. I'm getting better at it. I need to sort that knot out a little bit on the end there. Right, let's walk out here a little bit. I'll keep the camera in its housing. It's lovely and clear today, and a lot less weed in here. I got a bird's nest there, look. Something went wrong there. Now so far the bird's nests haven't been too bad. They've sort of come out fairly easy, but this might be the one that breaks me. The one that makes me regret buying one of these. Right, there we go, I've got it out, but obviously if you were fishing over rocky ground you wouldn't want that to happen. I'm not bothered cleaning the lure up. So it's not getting this distance that I was hoping I'd get. At the minute I seem to be shorter than what I'd normally be getting out of one of these lures. Now I've got to work out now, is it the drag that I need to adjust? I'll try it on the drag. Right, okay. Right, so the magnetic drag, I didn't get a problem with it that time. But I definitely need to add more distance to it. So I think this is going to be a bit of a fine tune, definitely a fine tune. It might be like one is too much and the other one's too low. That's getting further. What I do like is you can literally fish one-handed. Oh, now we're getting there. Check that bad boy out. That's as far as I'd ever get it with a thing. So it's definitely about tuning it. So what I need to do now is try one of my heavier lures. Obviously this is one of the lighter ones. Starting to get that sort of whippy sound that you see on the videos that they use. Okay. A bit of weed in the water there. There's the big challenge now to change this lure over, and we'll put a walk the dog style lure on. Right, so I've put a slightly heavier lure. This is a small Savage Gear. It's got quite heavy ball bearings in there. Weight wise, I'm not sure exactly. Doesn't say on it. I've got the packet back there. I'll look at the packet in a minute. So, got something playing just out here as well. Again, I'm not trying to catch up. I'm trying to tune in the reel. But it's such a lovely evening. There's hardly any wind. They do say that these can be a bit of a problem. These reels can be a bit of a problem in the wind. So I've got that to look forward to really. But let's just see. I've left this on the same settings as the last lure. Not as far as I can normally cast it. Okay, try a bit more of a whip out. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I think I've got a bit of weed on it. Yeah, could tell then because it wasn't giving me any action. Anyway, so we're not worried about that. So I think I'm going to drop the magnetic down. That's just one click down. So let's see what a difference that makes. Okay, okay, a little bit of a nest on there, but not too bad. Lovely. Again, it's not heavy. This isn't one of the heavy lures, but I'm getting all right distance on this one. So the only problem I'm having is trying to walk the dog while using it on this hand, and I'm normally a left-handed. For some reason it works better when I'm holding it this way and not that way, and that's one I feel more comfortable this way, not that way, but that's just something I've got to learn over time. Okay. Do I drop the mag? No, I don't really think I should drop it down one more. Oh wow, that was a great cast and a no. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm starting to like this. That was a better cast. I tell you what though, the action on one of these reels is fantastic. Lovely and smooth, I'll give it that. Right, something's gone wrong there. That's it, it's just twisted round. And you've got quite a nice drag on it, although it's not a clicky drag like you'd expect on a normal spooled reel. And I cast further out that way, I think. And again, I'm putting my finger on there as a brake as it hits the water. And again, that's not a bad little cast. I can live with that. Lovely. Okay. Definitely getting the hang of it now. Let me just tighten up my reel seat. And again, a nice little bit of walk the dog action. Okay, keep banging this out now. Right, so I've definitely got this tuned in now, so I think I'm going to change the lures over, put something maybe that might be a bit more productive on and crack on with that. Here's my mate, the seal, right in front of me there. Hope I'm picking that up on camera. I'll zoom in to him on editing. Just see his head popping out the water there. Lovely to see the seal. There he goes, head down. Right, well, he's chasing the fish back out, so that's a good sign. One of the main things I'm finding tricky at the minute is the reeling. I'm used to a bigger reel and trying to do these little sort of wrist actions. That is quite tricky to get the hang of. As far as the casting at the minute, that's not doing too bad. I don't have any more nests, touch wood. Give that a bit of length, that's it. I'm getting alright distance. I mean, this is another light lure, so I don't expect it to go miles. This is good. I'm enjoying myself here. What would be really nice now is to hit into something, just so I can feel what it's like. And also I can then learn to set the drag while I'm fishing. The drag's here. I haven't got it set too bad at the minute. I can still pull it out, so if I did hook into anything... Oh, look, I talked too soon, look. So we're into a... Now fortunately, so far, they haven't been too bad. It's just a case of picking. Right, we're going to go full American style now, so not only have we got the reel, but I'm going to try one of these American lures. Now, I was thinking about these. I've had this sometime, I haven't caught on it yet. I think I've had a bite or two. Essentially, it's a modified version of the flying condom. Flying condom would have one of these. Instead of a rubber skirt, it's got more of a solid skirt, but rubber. And one of these hanging off it. So, and then at the end of this, I've just put Savage Gear Sandeel, one of the leftover tails. Normally this comes without the tail, so I've put that on. So, but it's one of the heaviest weights I throw on this rod. So I'm going to start off by throwing a few casts of this and just see how that goes with the reel. Like I say, I don't expect to catch anything on it at all, but it would be nice. I'm going to lay the camera down by here for a minute. Hi, welcome back. It's the next day, so I'm back here to practice using the Lixada bait caster that I bought from Amazon. I believe it's $24.95. I'll put that up on the screen somewhere up here or up there. So I'm going to carry on using the lure I was casting with when I left the other evening. I found I'd tuned it, so I haven't messed with it. I've left it tuned for what it was for this lure here. It got a little bit dark the other night, so I ended up not being able to film a lot of the footage that I could have. But I did stay for about an hour later in the dark casting. So I'm going to do a little short cast now, and I'm going to carry on fishing in with the bait caster. Again, like I say, this is all new to me. So at the end of the evening I was finding that I was being able to cast as far as I needed to, and if not even a little bit further than I would with a standard reel. So that was what I was looking for. So hopefully a few more casts in now. There's very little wind, so I haven't had a chance to try it with wind yet. So that's good that I can learn to practice when there's not so much wind around, because apparently they're a little bit of a nightmare in the wind. But we'll see how it goes. Right, so back with the bait caster. I'm going to try and throw my first cast out for tonight. So again, with the bait caster, once you push down here, that loosens it off. I'm just going to hold this when I do that, but you can see now the lure will drop, and as soon as you wind it in, it clicks. Sorry, so that's loose, and as soon as you touch the wind, very little effort needed, the clutch, the gearing system locks into place, so that's quite nice. And for casting, I find about 2.5 foot, 3 foot. So anyway, let's get my first cast out. Again, I'm using braid, so I'm going to try and use quite a gentle cast first off. There we go. And then just as the lure was landing in the water, I slowed it down with my thumb. And there was no pain to it or anything like that. More of anything, it sort of tickles your thumb. But I can imagine with a bigger, much heavier cast, I can imagine, especially if you're using a beach caster, I tend to see the guys, they use a special sort of thumb cover, thumb guard. But for this £20 8-core braid that I've got on here, it's fine. I haven't got a problem with it at all. Right, so I'm going to get a second cast out now. I'm going to try a little bit harder this time. So that's not a bad little cast there. And again, I'll just wind this in quite quickly. Again, I'm only out here to really practice the bait caster. I'm going to come down here. I might be off shot, off camera, because I don't want to catch in the weed again. So just come through. Quite nice up here. I can see the action on the lure. Let's get another cast out. The only problem with the marsh is the mozzies. A lot of mozzies down here. Might put my jumper on here. Might drop. I'm going to try dropping the magnetic down. I'm not sure if I'm on camera here. So I'm going to try, I just clicked it one down on the magnetic brake. See how it goes. I could end up with a bird's nest. No, it worked quite well. I quite like the way that is. I'm going to click it down one more time. And again, I can see it's going about, every time I click it down, it's getting another sort of meter on it. Okay, so I went too far that time. I'll put the magnetic brake back up again. See if I can get this to Yeah, so just to give a summary, I'm very happy with this reel. I'm very happy with the way it's going, how I'm casting and using it, its functionality. Okay, I'm getting the odd 1 or 2 bird's nests, but I used to get problems and little snags and catches with a normal fixed spool reel. So all in all, I think I'm quite happy with this purchase, but of course I'll update over time in case something goes wrong or I decide that maybe it's not the thing that I thought it was. Okay, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed my video, please hit the like button and the little thumbs up down in the corner. If you really like the video, then consider subscribing, and if you want to know when I release content, there's a little bell icon. You click that and you then click all, and then any videos I do release over the next coming weeks, that will come up in your notification box. Okay, thank you very much. This is Glyn out on the marsh with my new Baitcaster lure.